Hi guys, you're welcome back to my beginner series. And today I'll be showing you how to cut 10 different necklines. And not only will I be showing you how to cut different necklines, I will show you how to make your neckline sit properly. So it doesn't matter the curve or whatever lines that you have on your neckline, it is going to lay perfectly on your client's body. I'll show you how to contour your neckline. So this is something that you're interested in. Please keep watching and don't forget to like, subscribe, and also leave a comment if you found this video helpful, or if you even have questions you can ask on the comment section. All right, so let's dive right in. The first neckline I'll be showing you how to cut is the V neckline. So for the V neckline, it actually depends on the neck width that you want to do. So we'll actually go in by 4 inches for the neck width. Then for the depth, depending on how deep you want it to be, you can go in for the depth. You can go in by 6 inches, you can go in by 7 inches. So like I said, it depends on what you want to do. So I'm just going to mark 6 inches here. Then you connect with your straight rule. Since it is a V neckline, it actually has 2 types. You can either connect with a straight rule like this, right? Or you can use a curve. You can use your curve to connect it, depending on the style that you are making. So you can use a curve, not the very curvy part, right? Just like the slant curve. You can just use your curve rule and what, connect it. So let's cut this V first of all. So like I said, it can either be straight or it can be curvy like this. So let's go ahead to cut the curvy one. So this is the V neckline. So the next neckline we'll be doing is the Queen Anne neckline. So there are 2 types of Queen Anne neckline I'm going to be showing you in this video. There's the normal Queen Anne neckline that you see everywhere, and then there's the inverted Queen Anne neckline. And so I'm going to be showing you one thing I forgot to mention at the start of this video is that the standard neck width for a basic bodice or for anything that you're making is 3 inches. The width is usually 3 inches. Then the front depth is usually 3 inches, while the depth for the back neckline is usually 1 inch or 1.5, but the width remains the same for both the back and the front. So for every neckline I'm going to be showing you, whatever you use for the neck width for the front is what you use for the back width. But for the depth, if you have a neckline that is really deep at the front, the depth is really deep at the front, you do not want to also have a deep neckline at the back, except it's a boo-boo. If it's a fitted dress, if it's a normal basic bodice, whatever you use for the front neck depth that is deep, make sure that the back neck depth is not as deep as the front, so that it will not gape at the shoulders. So if you use a neck depth of 7 inches for the front, make sure that the back is lesser than that. It could be 3, it could be 2, it could even be that 1.5, depending on the style you are making. So let's dive into the Queen Anne neckline. Go in by 4 inches for the neck width. So I go in by 4 inches for the neck width. Then for the neck depth, I'm going to go in, depending on how deep you want it to be, right? I'm going to go in by 6.5. 6.5. So the width here is what? 4 inches. So for this part, because of the peculiarity of the Queen Anne neckline, I'm not going to mark this width here. I'm going to go in more, depending on how inside you want it to be, the shape that you want for your Queen Anne. So usually you add either 1 inch or 1.5 or 2 inches, depending from one. It should be 1 inch and above, so that place would have that slant look. So you add it to whatever you had for your neck width. So my neck width was 4, so I'm going to add 1.5 inch to it, because I really want it to have that shape, right? Let me just stick to 1 inch for the sake of this class, but if I'm making my Queen Anne neckline, I usually want it to have that slant shape very well. So I just added 1 inch, right? So 5 inches, I'm going in by 5 inches here, right? And then remember, the depth I'm using is 6.5, so I'm going to mark that 6.5 here. I'm just trying to make sure that the 6.5 is here. So this is actually where I am, 6.5, right? So, and then I went in by what, 5 inches, right? So this is my 5 inches, so correct here. So now you're going to connect. You can either use a straight rule to connect it like this. You can either use a straight rule to connect it like this, right? Then you can decide to make it straight here like this. You can decide to make it straight here like this, depending on the style you're making. Or you can decide to come down by either 1 inch or 1.5 and make it like a sweetheart like this. So let's just make the usual sweetheart one here. I'll use another pattern to show you the other type I called an inverted Queen Anne neckline. So from this 6.5, I'm just going to come down by 1 inch or 1.5, depending on how you want it to be. You don't want it to reveal your cleavage. Please just come down by 1 inch. So you now curve from this point, curve it to this point you came down by. And this is your Queen Anne neckline. Remember I said you can make it straight. So let's make it straight at this point so that you see how it is. So you can either make it straight or you make it curvy. So if I'm making it straight, This is how it looks like. I also forgot to mention this part can also be curvy, right? It can also be curvy. You can actually make it a little bit curvy like this. If you do not want it to be straight, you can make it curvy like this, right? So we'll cut. So this is how the Queen Anne neckline looks like. It slants at this part. Now let's cut at the sweetheart part. This is how it looks like. This is the Queen Anne neckline. Now to contour this neckline, most times when you finish sewing this neckline, you find out that these parts will just be standing on the shoulders, right? So there's one important thing to do there. So you can either come down by 1/8 or 2/8. I usually do 2/8, so come down by 2/8. That's 0.25, right? Come down by 0.25 like this and connect it back to this point. Do the same for the other shoulder and do the same for the back. It is so important. Do the same for your back. So let all the shoulders be whatever you did for one, do for the other. So I'm connecting it back and then I just cut it out. It's so important. This way your neckline will relax very, very well. So this is how to contour your Queen Anne neckline. So the next neckline we'll be doing is the asymmetric neckline. When you say something is asymmetric, it means that both sides are not equal, right? So to do this neckline, we have to do our standard neckline. First of all, that's 3 inches for the width and 3 inches for the depth before we go ahead to alter the pattern to do the asymmetric neckline. All right, let's do it. So this is my normal basic neckline, right? So because I said they are not the same, like both sides are not equal, so that's why I'm opening this pattern, unlike the other ones that have not been opening the pattern. Now this is how to do this. So to get your asymmetric neckline, the remaining on your shoulder, you divide it into 2. So whatever you have here on one side of the pattern, divide it into 2. So I have 4.5 here. I'll just place my tape like this to get the midpoint. So you're basically marking the midpoint here. Now you're going to come down here, depending on how deep you want it to be. If you want it to be really deep, you can come down by 7.5 or 8, but I'm just going to come down here by 6.5. I'm going to come down by 6.5 and I'm just going to connect it straight down. So I connected it straight down. So now the next thing to do, so basically the 2 shoulders will not be the same. Whatever you have here will not be what you have here. So right now we're going to, you can go in here by 1/2 inch or 1 inch, depending on whatever you want to do, but I usually use 1/2 inch for mine. So I just go in by 1/2 inch, and then just to have points that you can just easily place your curve like this, right? And just connect from that 1/2 inch point and connect it to this point. But to make the curve look very well, usually come down here by 1 inch. I come down here by 1 inch so that it will it will give my curve a direction. So you curve from here to here first before you continue to this point, right? So now you're not thinking of this side now, you're just connecting from this point to this point. So just place your curve rule and connect. Right, so this is how to cut your asymmetric. Then there are some that this last curve now you invert it like this. You can decide to just invert it like this. Then you blend this part. So let's just cut it out and see what we have, right? So I'm going to cut out this curvy part first so that we'll see how it looks like. So you'll be the one to decide the one you want to do, right? So this is how it looks like. It's really, really beautiful. this, you can make this part more curvy to be more pronounced. Now I'm going to just go ahead to cut the actual one that I did. So now this is how it looks like. Now there's one thing to note here. The same way we adjusted these shoulders for the other one we just did, that is that Queen Anne, we're also going to do the same for here. So you just come down by 2/8 and connect it to this point. Come down here by 2/8, connect it. So I'm just going to cut it out like this. Now another contouring that we're going to do here, most times after you're done sewing this part like this, now it looks more as though this place is like expanding and it's not sitting well. So there are two things to do. Just choose any point here. Now, two ways to contour this particular pattern. I'm going to show you. Just watch what I'm going to be doing. Now I'm going to use my pen because I do not want the marker to add to the measurement I want to take. So just choose any point. What I usually do, I just choose any point from, now we have a middle line here. Choose a point from this part and choose a point from this part. So I'm just going and just decide on, first of all, when you choose the point, just mark a straight line. Now you can mark a straight line and connect it. That's why I have my dart measurement here. Now this is my waist dart, right? And this is my bust point. Now you allow your waist dart to hit your bust point. Don't come down by 1 inch like when you're making your basic bodies, right? So just allow it to hit your bust point. This is the bust point now. So choose any point. I'm just going to choose this point like this. It must not be straight, right? Just choose any point and connect it to this bust point. What we want to do is that we want to remove the excesses that will be here that makes it to give. I want to transfer it to the waist dart so that you are going to sew it when you're sewing your waist dart. Whatever was excess here, you sew it out as your dart. So do the same thing for this side, right? Connect it, choose any point, same thing that you did. And it doesn't matter wherever you choose, whatever excess that was in the entire pattern would also be found in that place that you chose. So after choosing whatever part you want, remember one on this side and one on this side, just come out from that part by 2/8. Just come out by 2/8. Do the same for the other side. Come out by what? 2/8. Now connect it. Connect it like this. Same thing you did for that one. Connect it like this. Do you understand? Now this is how to transfer this dart. So this excess here and this excess here, you want to transfer it to your waist dart. Just open your waist dart at the middle, right? And open one part of this dart. So this is like a dart right now. That is like an excess in your fabric, right? You are sewing the dart, sewing it as you are taking out the excess, and so that's what we call a dart. So just cut it to that point that you open this part. Do not take it entirely so you don't cut it open, right? So now you can see. Then you take this one. Let's also do for this other side first. The same thing. Take it to the point. Open the waist dart. So now you can safely close this part. You can safely close it. So just take this pattern, take it to this other line. That's you closing it, right? And then you just take like I couldn't find my masking tape, so I'm just going to use this. This is also a masking tape, but a black one. So just put the part that you opened, move it to this other line, right? So just move it like this. Then put your masking tape, right? Then the same thing for this. The same thing you did there. This part you opened, put it on top of the other line, right? You can see. Now that excess has been transferred to your what? To your waist dart. So when you want to sew your waist dart now, instead of the 1 inch that was originally your waist dart, now your waist dart becomes what? 1.2. So you know that what you are sewing will be 1.2. That's why I usually don't put allowances on my pattern, right? So instead of putting 1 inch for that, now you're going to put 1.2 for your add 1.2 to your seam allowance, your side allowance, right? When sewing your top. This is usually done even if it's a bustier. This pattern will work very well to make your asymmetric neckline to sit very well. Now another thing you will note here is that after I contour this neckline, you see that it's not equal again. So when you are placing it on your fabric, let's say for example, this is my fabric. Let's say this is my fabric. I'm now going to connect the neckline again with a curve or with your free hand. Just connect it again. Connect it to this point again, so making it equal before you go ahead to add your half inch that I usually add on your fabric when cutting. So this is basically the asymmetric neckline. Now remember, whatever you have for this front pattern, this shoulder partner should be what should be in your back. So you are going to see alter your back pattern for this too, this same shoulder altering. You can just place it open, right? Measure what you have here, and that is how you are going to alter your pattern. But you know your back will have a zipper allowance, so once you've cut it out normally, sew at your zipper allowance or pin your zipper allowance at, then place it and just trace this, place it front to front, right? And check width here, trace it so that whatever you have for the back will be what you have for the front. I hope you understand. So off the shoulder, now we're going to be cutting the off shoulder neckline, right? That means when we say something is off the shoulder, it means that there will be no shoulder. So what I usually do for my off shoulder, you come down by 5 inches, 6 inches, 7 inches, depending on how deep you want it to be. So I'm just going to come down by 6.5 instead. So come down by 6.5. Then for your armhole, you must not necessarily come down by that 6.5 for your armhole. You can get the midpoint of your armhole. You can leave from that your midpoint of your armhole. Let's say this is mid of my armhole. I can decide to come down by ½ inch or 1 inch from the midpoint of my armhole. So let's come down by 1 inch. So total of what you're coming down by will just be 5 inches or 4.5. So we're doing 5 inches. I remember here we came down by what? 6.5. So you're just going to connect. You can connect with a straight rule. And it's going to be something like this. Right? Connect with a straight rule, and it's going to be something like this. Then if you don't want it to be like this, you can do a sweetheart neckline. Sweetheart neckline has like a kind of a V and then a curve. So come down for a sweetheart neckline, you come down by 1 inch or 1.5. I'm just going to do 1.5 inch. Then you take your curve rule and you're going to just connect it. Let this curvy part sit upon the 1.5 inch you came down by. So this is how your sweetheart neckline will look like. So let's cut it out to see how this off shoulder is. So this is your off shoulder. Now let's cut out the sweetheart. So this is your sweetheart neckline. You can also do that contouring I talked about, transferring what the excess is here to your waist, that whatever works for you. If you're using a stretchy fabric, you don't really need to do any contouring for this sweetheart neckline, off shoulder sweetheart neckline. Alright, so I'll be doing the continuation of this video in my next upload, and I'll be showing you how to do the inverted queen ant neckline and many more necklines. So see you in my next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also leave a comment. Bye for now.